Thank you, Mark. It's time to call the meeting to order then. I will call the meeting to order of the June 25th, 2020 meeting of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust. The first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the May 28th, 2020 Oklahoma City Airport Trust. Action from the trustees.
Mr. Humphreys, can you see your voting screen? Mr. Humphreys, can you see your voting screen? Is he frozen? Yes, Mr. Humphrey's been disconnected, so he'll be voting as absent on that motion, and hopefully he'll be back.
I don't see it. Mine didn't come up.
Okay, can you press escape on your keyboard and it should split your screen?
Well, I can see the screen. I just didn't see the voting portion.
Did you hit escape?
Yes.
Okay, can you go down to the bottom of your screen and click on the Google icon and the voting screen should pop up then.
There we go.
Perfect, thank you. Mr. Chairman, the motion passed unanimously.
Thank you, Francis. Next on our agenda is the director's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple of comments this morning. As I often do, I like to report on our passenger boarding numbers, and certainly these are something critical that we're watching as a result of all the COVID impacts on the airline industry. Currently, it looks like we are operating between 70 and 75% of the capacity that we were operating a year ago. So the numbers are getting a little bit better. We're still seeing airlines bring back service a little bit more. We hope that that will continue. Of course, the new surge in cases, we hope that that doesn't roll back the progress that's been made thus far over the last month. Keep in mind that our numbers of boarding passengers, as it affects the business of the trust, is just one barometer. Recall, from every passenger, we also get impacts on our concession revenues, our public parking revenues, the passenger facility charges that assist our capital program, and other revenue categories that are related to passenger traffic. So this is something that we're watching very closely, but at least we are improving our percentages from year over year slightly. In the last 7 days, we've had a little over 2,000 passengers per day come through the checkpoint. That's encouraging, although there is a year over year comparison that we look at, and some days are always higher than others depending on the flights that are on that particular day. So that's my first comment. My second comment is also news that is not quite so good. It's not quite good for us, but it's very good for her. And I just wanted to announce that Karen Carney has announced her retirement from the city after 23 years of service. And Karen, I think, is on the Zoom here today. So if she might want to pop her video up if she possibly can. Karen, as well as I do, has been the voice and the face of Will Rogers World Airport for many, many years. She's done an absolutely outstanding job. When I came back and took over director in 2005, I had had 8 years of previous experience here with the city at the airport department, and I knew Karen from that time. And my perspective on public information and marketing, which is what her duty title is, that I really believe that there was a public aspect to everything that we did, whether it was a construction project, a particular lease or negotiation of a contract that we had to deal with, new facilities such as terminal expansion programs or rental car facilities, whether dealing with concession programs or TSA. Basically, everything that we do has a public aspect to it that impacts our tenants, our passengers, and the users of the airport. And she's done an absolutely outstanding job over this time. She's a pro, she's polished, she's great at editing content, and we're going to be very sorry to miss her. But Karen, are you there? If you'd like to say a few words, I'd like to open it up for you to talk if you'd like to.
Well, it's hard to believe it's actually been 23 years, and I guess the validation that it actually has is when I look at a picture of when I actually started here at the airport. When I did start, I was one of only 2 employees. I was an employee of the Airport Trust, and of only 2 that I am aware of. And at the time, there was not a position to accommodate all of the tasks and duties that Mark just described. There was not a position in the city that covered that, and something specifically related to airports. So I've always been really grateful to the Airport Trust for the fact that they took the leap to adopt that position. And then secondly, I've been really grateful for the fact that they hired me. And I've hope I've been able to serve the trust and the city well over the years. I certainly have tried. And there's nothing like working in an airport. I think you can ask many of my coworkers that. It's unlike anything else. And I've worked a few other jobs, so I'll really miss it. I'll miss the jobs. I appreciate the support of the trust that you've given me over the years. And but you know, there's still some other things to do, and that's what I'm going to do. Thank you all so much for your support over the years.
I might add, Karen, we just did not shoehorn her into public information and marketing. She also was responsible for the trust advertising program and the terminal here at the airport. But as you know, she was the lead for many years in our air service development program. And the dramatic successes that we have had the last few years are directly attributable to her efforts, her relationships with the airlines, and with various consultants on air service that we've had along the way. We have had some banner years, and all of that is a stamp from Karen's efforts. And so she has made an impact that will benefit the city of Oklahoma City and the surrounding region for a very, very long time. Certainly, in 2017, remember we had record enplanements. We busted that by 10%, or 415,000 passengers in 2018. 2019 calendar year had yet another small increase, and we were still up in 2020 before COVID-19. I hope COVID-19 is just a minor setback, and that the airlines have so much confidence in Oklahoma City that we'll be able to return someday with the gust that we had before, and we'll have those wins behind us. But Karen has definitely set the city up for air service success, and it's because of that business development will get better. Our population will have more choices on when and where they want to fly. So I just want to thank Karen again for her hard work and dedication to service. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Karen.
And 1 second, Karen, this is Terry. I just want to say that you're a true professional, and we will miss you.
Player and doing such a great job. We'll give the other trustees an opportunity to say something at the end of the meeting, if that's okay. And with that, we'll move forward with the agenda items. Will Rogers World Airport, Mr. Director.
Under Will Rogers World Airport, we are asking approval for item A, and that's to accept the completed project for the new cell phone waiting lot that's been constructed by ATEC Paving, and that is retroactive to June 11th. Item B is approved change order number 15 to the construction contract with Timberlake Construction Company for the terminal renovation and expansion phase 3 project. It's an increase of $391,311.85 in 2 calendar days. Item C is approving the plans and project manual submitted by MacArthur Associated Consultants. This is for the aircraft rescue and firefighting access road pavement replacement. We're advertising the bids to be opened on July the 29th. Item D is ratify and approve addendas 1 through 3. This is for the landside wayfinding project that we went out for bids on. We're adopting the resolution to reject those bids. All bids opened on February 26th. And item E is to adopt the resolution authorizing the purchase of janitorial supplies from Southwest Paper. We're utilizing a city contract for that, and it's in an estimated budget of $200,000 to begin on July 1. Those are all the items for Will Rogers, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mark. You've heard the items under Will Rogers. What's the desires of the trustees? We have a motion and a second. Cast your votes. And it has passed. Thank you all. Next on our agenda is Wiley Post Airport. Mark?
The only item for Wiley Post is to approve item A, which is approving change order number 4 to our contract with Hunter Mechanical and Controls Incorporated. This is for the mechanical and plumbing systems replacement project. It's a decrease in the change order of $42,748.43. Request approval.
You've heard the request for approval. What's the desire of the trustees? We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes. And it has passed. Next item on our agenda, our general.
Under general, we have 2 items. Item A is to receive the delinquent accounts receivable report, our construction project status report, and the budget to actual report as of May 30th. And item B is to adopt a joint resolution between the Oklahoma City Airport Trust and the City of Oklahoma City. This is revising our fuel flowage fees that are going to be effective on July the 1st. Request approval, please.
You've heard the request for approval for the general items. What are the desire of the trustees? We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes. And it has passed. Next item on our agenda are lease and other agreements.
Item A is to approve supplement number 3 to our service contract with American Elevator Company. We're exercising the third of 3 one-year renewal option periods to the contract in an estimated amount of $179,330 effective July 1. Item B is approving supplement number 4 to the contract with ISS Facility Services, exercising the second of 2 two-year renewal options, estimated amount of $1,740,809.02. Item C is approving supplement lease agreement number 5 with Metro Technology Centers for School District number 22, exercising their 5th one-year option. It's for $240,497.04 annually, begins July 1st. Item D is approve the service agreement with Upward Transition Incorporated, effective July 1. For Will Rogers, this is our Traveler's Aid program in the upper and lower level of the terminal building. Item E is approve supplement number 2 to the advertising space with Clear Channel Airports, extending the agreement from November 1, 2020 to October 31st, 2021 to advertise and operate and continue our commercial advertising program at Will Rogers. Item F is approving a couple of ground services agreements that are going to be effective on retroactive to May 1. And then item G is approving ground service agreements with various companies, and this is for ground transportation that is to be effective on July the 1. Those are all the leases and other agreements, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mark. You've heard the items under leases and agreement. Trustees. We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes. And it has passed. Next item, Mark.
Item 8, we're asking you to approve the requisitions, please.
Request to approve the requisitions. We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes. And it is so ordered. Next item, we come to comments from trustees. Any comments from trustees? And this would be an appropriate time if you'd like to say some words of well wishes and thank you to Karen. This would be a good time to do that.
Yeah, I would like to just thank Karen for her service and her professionalism. You know, you've done a great job and you will be missed.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to thank Karen. I've dealt with her for a long time and she's done a great job for our city. She's made us proud and just well done, Karen.
Yeah, I would like to add in that I am grateful for really the strong leadership in the airport with Mark and his team. They've got a great team and Karen's been such an important part of that team. And she's just, everything that I've heard around her or watched around here has been, she's a problem solver. She's someone who's always finding solutions and always just has a positive attitude to address challenging situations. So I'm really grateful for your leadership, Karen, and for your service for the city.
That's great.
And I like to end with one more thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Karen, and well wishes on a happy retirement and a successful next step, whatever you decide to do.
Thank you.
With that said, any staff member wishing to make a statement? Seeing none, are there any citizens that wish to be heard? Again, seeing none, that concludes our business. We are adjourned. Thank you for your attendance and your involvement.
Thanks,